What's going on, y'all? This is Emphasis. I'm back with another video for the Talking to Myself podcast. I am a musician and a content creator. Make sure you guys check out my songs on Bandcamp and YouTube when you get a chance. But I want to get into this story right here related to Drake and Live Nation and what could potentially be another slave deal and shady dealings related to Live Nation. So allegedly, there's been text messages that have been leaked from a female that was tied to Drake years ago named Johnny Blaze, where in the message thread there's voice notes, but then which have Drake's voice on it. But these days with AI, you could always kind of make that stuff up. So I don't know if that's real or not. But what followed that was text from Drake saying that he was a slave to Live Nation. Like his exact words were, he's on slave. Well, his alleged exact words were, he's on slave to Live Nation mode. Now, he said that in a joking fashion, but if these text messages turned out to be real and Drake really said that, you gotta wonder, how much of a joke is that really? If anybody who's followed Drake, you know that he's pretty much tours nonstop. I could only imagine how exhausting that is for artists who tour nonstop across the world, just driving everywhere and flying everywhere. The jet lag and just the wear and tear from doing all that all day long and always having to be on all day long. He just came off of his It's a Blur tour, which was the highest grossing tour in history. I believe it had well over 100 million. I think it was close to like $200 million in revenue. Now it's still uncertain if this is a official story or not, or if this is like 100% confirmed. But to me, it doesn't surprise me that much. This is the same Live Nation that is currently being investigated by the Department of Justice. And even a few months ago, John Bellion, the singer-songwriter John Bellion, talked about Live Nation and the shady deal they had him signed to, and some of the tactics they would do to keep him stuck in that shady deal, such as lowering ticket prices, where instead of having the normal ticket prices be $90, they went on a crazy sale where the fans only had to pay $10, which completely sabotaged him and put him in a spot where it was harder for him to pay back the money for the $1 million deal that he allegedly had with them. It makes me wonder, how many things is Drake doing because he genuinely wants to do it, compared to things that he's being forced to do due to bad contracts and obligations. We all know that Drake signed what was allegedly the most expensive record deal in the history of music. That was around $400 million. But based on the few details that have come out, it does just sound like another 360 deal. They want to make money off of his music, publishing, merchandise, and visual projects. I would assume that would include him going on tour with Live Nation. We all know Drake, of course, is signed to many different people. So even though he's making absurd amounts of money, I can't imagine he's too happy about it all the time, considering how many people hands are in his pockets, including Live Nation allegedly. And it makes me wonder, how much longer would Drake have to go through before he would get out of a deal like this? Because for $400 million, I can't imagine the plan is for them to ever let him out of the deal, especially if he's in a spot where right now his music is starting to lose traction. Like it's not charting or it's sticking as much as it used to. So they only, like, his record label only be getting money based off of his catalog. And if he starts to lose traction, I would imagine that would make it harder to tour, which in that case would possibly make it harder to pay back whatever he may possibly owe to Live Nation. But it's still interesting to think about what this possibly could mean if this is true, and how many other artists are signed to these type of deals with Live Nation. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below about this. Do you think this is real?